independent insurance agent. Midwest Members Credit Union, the one place to go for all your banking needs. Liberty Bank, bank local, bank Liberty. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Lewis and Clark Community College, empowering people. Brightway Imaging, lower cost exams with transparent pricing. Let Brightway show you a smarter healthcare solution. Countryside Builders, it's a great day to build with Countryside. Madewell Inspection.
Good evening, everybody. This is John Huff for RiverBender.com. We have a great evening of high school basketball tonight. It's the opening game for the Alton Redbirds as they win the opening tap. Donovan Clay, number 11, and here's Malik Smith, number 13, launches for three. That's no good. This is the first game of the basketball season for the Redbirds as they take on the Carnahan Cougars out of St. Louis, located in St. Louis County. And it's taken away by Charles Miller, outlet to Malik Smith, who just gets the basket in time and lays it up and in for the first points of the season for the Redbirds. Malik Smith, the second best scorer, coming back for Alton, and Carnahan will take the timeout. We'll keep it right here. 7:21 left in the first quarter. We've only played 39 seconds. Interesting time to take a timeout. And that's Brandon Wright, their head coach for Carnahan. As for Alton, their head coach is Eric Smith. Assistant coaches Doug Carey, Aaron Womack, and Dete McMurray. Starting lineup for the Redbirds. Number 2, Andrew Jones, who's also the quarterback on the football team. Number 3, Charles Miller. Number 12, 6'5", Josh Rivers, and then 13, Malik Smith, and number 11, Donovan Clay, who is 6'7", and last year he was 6'3", so he had a huge growth spurt over the summer. Alton coming out of a full court press, and there's another steal by Miller. Might have gotten away with the travel. Miller, a 6-foot senior. This is a senior-laden team the Redbirds have. Here's Clay out top. Waiting for a play to be called, and now back out top to Jones. Clay has it again. 4 out for the Redbirds. Over to Miller. Now Clay's in the paint. Rivers pops from 3. Couldn't get the rim, but then it's put up and in by Miller. A rebound and a putback for Charles Miller, and it's 4-0 Alton. Aggressive defense from Jones, and Carnahan is going to take another timeout. That was 0-0 Donwan Everett. So we'll take another 30-second timeout here. 92 seconds have elapsed in the game, and Carnahan's already taken 2 timeouts. I can't remember any game I've been to, and I've been to plenty of them over the years, and I can't remember any time a team has had to use that many timeouts thus far in a game. And it looks like Everett might have hurt his wrist. And one of the trainers from Alton is checking him out. So far, Carnahan really hasn't been able to do anything on offense, and that's because Alton's defensive pressure has been aggressive, and it's worked. They've already gotten two turnovers, both by Miller. And Everett will be out of the game. Here's Ezekiel Henning, number 30, inbounding it, and he gets it to Jaden Anthony Hurd, and that's taken away. Here's Rivers. Layup is good and one. Well, what a start for the Redbirds. 6-0 lead. Josh Rivers, another one of those seniors looking to make a big impact this year. He kind of had a quietly successful season last year, and one of the several then juniors, now seniors on the team that contributed quite a lot. And his free throw is up and good. One thing that's noticeable about the Redbirds is that they got a lot of length. You got Smith, who's 6'3", Rivers, who's 6'5", and then Clay at 6'7". And then Charles Miller at 6 foot. And that's taken away by Clay. Pass to Smith, and that's an uncontested layup. 9-0 Redbirds lead. Smith now has 4 points. Here's Anthony Hurd, double teamed, gets it across the timeline, and he'll be whistled for a foul, I believe. That was number 1, Ahmad Sanders, who fouled him. Sanders, a brilliant athlete, especially on the football field for the Redbirds. Excellent wide receiver, and now he's looks like he's just a pesky guard defensively thus far. And he's right up in Hurd's face, and he's going to get a jump ball. He'll stay here with Carnahan. Alton thus far just has come out and smacked Carnahan in the face. Carnahan even hasn't taken a shot yet. And now we got a foul against Alton. Another additional whistle. They're going to call Smith for a foul. I think it might have been a hold. That's the second team foul on the Redbirds. Anthony Hurd to inbound, and now we got another whistle, and it's going to go the other way. That was Corian James, a 6'3" senior, whistled for a foul. Now Alton with the basketball again. Here's Clay up top. He's a forward, but he can also dribble and pass. That's what Eric Smith told me. And alley-oop attempt. They're going to call a foul on Carnahan on the floor. That foul is against the Cougars. And that's on James again. So within seconds, he's picked up 2 fouls. He's got to stay in. No, he's got to come out now. Everett checks back in. Smith will be the trigger man on the baseline. Caught by Clay, uses his size that time. Now over the Rivers, who dribbles. Here's Sanders. Clay, corner three-pointer is no good, but it's rebounded by Rivers. He'll take it back inside. A layup is no good. Rebounded by Christopher Rogers, and Alton is whistled for a foul. 90 feet away from the basket. That's on Clay. Have some substitutions. Maury Woods, number 0, is in, and Kylan Rivers, 6'1" junior, number 4, is also in, and that's stolen away from Malik Smith. And that is a layup no good by Rivers, and good athleticism by Smith, but ultimately that doesn't come to anything. Good moves from Anthony Hurd. Here's Smith, and it's jam time. Malik Smith with a slam dunk. He has 6 points, and that's another timeout coming from Carnahan. Alton now leading 11-0. We have a full timeout from Carnahan, and we'll take one too. Electrifying start for the Alton Redbirds as they lead at 11-0 with 4:50 to go in the first quarter. Welcome back to the action. It's all Alton so far as they lead Carnahan 11-0. Carnahan still hasn't even gotten a shot off, and we're almost halfway through the first quarter. Rogers, and it's a stolen again. Here's Woods. Left-handed layup is no good. And that's another steal from Smith. That's his second steal. But then that's turned right back over. That's Anthony Hurd. He'll dribble inside, now looking to kick back out. Here's Everett out top. Back inside to Rogers. Shot is up and good. First shot of the game is a basket. Alton looking to hurry up. Here's Sanders. Reverse layup is no good. Uncontested. Alton definitely an up-tempo team. That's what Eric Smith told me in the preview article. That he wants this team to be up-tempo and play a certain way, and that was one way he wanted to play. And with their length, they've already caused several turnovers already on defense, and also not afraid to go to their roster early on as well. Here's Everett out top. Three-pointer, no good. Didn't even draw any iron. That's rebounded by Clay. Here's Woods. Looks inside to Rivers, Josh Rivers, and out of bounds, and he'll stay with the Redbirds. Sanders will inbound. Well, it's early on in the season, but you can already tell that there's a little bit more about this Redbirds team than last year. They're just a little bit faster and more athletic, and that's a basket by Woods. A little floater, and he almost stole that one away. Full court trap by the Redbirds, and Carnahan's able to get it across the timeline. Rogers, and he's going to be called for a charge, and that was taken by Sanders. Alton now up 13-2, and it's just everything is going their way. Sanders bring the ball up. Carnahan in a 2-3 zone. Kai Lung, Rivers now over the Clay. Inside to Josh Rivers, who dribbles inside, had a shot block, gets it back up, and puts it back in, and he will go to the charity stripe for one more. You see notice already that Rivers and Clay, the two tallest players on the team, not only can play inside but also outside, as they've both taken some outside shots. And you'd expect them, if they're sized, to have an inside game as well. And we've already especially seen that from Rivers. And his free throw is up and good. He now has 6 points. Long range pass, and it was corralled by Carnahan, then poked out of bounds by Sanders. Inbounds to Everett. I don't think they put the extra 3 points on the scoreboard for Alton. And I think they're checking it out on the scores table. It's supposed to be 16-2. Meanwhile, there's a offensive foul against Carnahan. Now they got it. Now it's 16-2 on the scoreboard. 3:12 to go in the first quarter. Everything under control now. And here's Clay, momentarily taking the ball up. Now it's back to Sanders. And now we got a whistle. Officials timeout. Not sure what it was. Maybe the clock wasn't working. Had a couple of issues with the scoreboard already. Just not adding the. And I don't think it was the scoreboard operator's fault. I think they were working hard to get it. I guess the technology's maybe acting a little slow. And now, yeah, it looks like the clock did slightly malfunction there. Now it's we got 3:07 to go in the first quarter. Now everything, it looks like it's under control. Here's Josh Rivers out top, handling the ball. Skip pass over to Jones. Up top, shoots for three. That's no good. Left it short. Rebounded by Jones. Tried to save it out of bounds off of Everett, but they're going to say it's, I guess it last touched him, and they ruined that Carnahan basketball. But now the Redbirds looks like they're going to continue their full court press. Here's Sanders guarding Hurd. Having trouble getting away from him, and here's the double team. That's stolen away. Here's Clay, and that's a slam dunk by Donovan Clay, a two-handed flush. 2 dunks already from the Redbirds. And now Clay again picks it off at center court. Extra pass from Sanders, and it was a little too low for Rivers, and it goes off of his legs.
13, Blake Smith.
Well, from an Alton perspective, this has been a lot of fun thus far. We've had dunks, we've had a lot of up-tempo action, we've had steals, just a ton of turnovers caused. Here's Everett doing his best to dribble away from Jones and does so successfully. Looks for the pass underneath, and that is a layup that is no good from Jathan Jones. And now we got an and one. So Carnahan are rewarded for getting the basketball down low and close, and that's Jones, who gives Carnahan their 4th point of the game. Alton student section doing their best to try and put Jones off from the free throw line, and they have a nice, decent-sized student section for their first game of the season. Somehow that ball stays in play. Jones gets it now. It's poked away. Here's Smith. Fakes a pass and is fouled and will have 2 shots. Faked the pass to Jones and did his best to lay it up, but he couldn't get it to go. He'll go to the line for 2 shots. Smith individually out to a fast start. Now he has 7 points. Averaged over 10 a game last year. He'll certainly be one of the key players to lead this team in 2018, 2019. Makes both of his free throws. He has 8 points now, and Alton now leads Carnahan 20-4. Full court press, they are still employing that. And again, that's stolen away. Clay. About 2 or 3 Redbirds could have gotten there, but he was one closest, and Andrew Jones is going to be called for traveling. Charles Miller will check in for Iziel Terrell. Fouls already in this game as well. Here's Everett. Now over to Hurd. Inside the Jones. Lost his dribble momentarily. Got it back. Went up, and Alton is going to be whistled for a foul. And that's going to be called on Josh Rivers. That'll be his first foul. Team 6th. Jaden Anthony Hurd to inbound the ball. And we got a hold. That's going to go against Alton, and I think they're going to call that on Rivers. Yes, they are, and Rivers will now take a seat. In a matter of seconds, he picks up 2 fouls. And Maury Woods will check in for him. This is Andrew Jackson, a 6'4" sophomore. At the free throw line, he makes his first. The lefty forward makes both, and now it's 20-6. Here's Wood. Passes out to Jones, and he's going to be called for traveling for the second straight possession. Well, he's moving his pivot foot just a tad early before he dribbles. Awkward pass, but it stays with Carnahan, and nice pass inside from James to Ezekiel Henning. Now Carnahan on a little 4-0 run here. See if they can take advantage of that and cut into their deficit. Here's Miller, hounded. Malik Smith, a long three-pointer, and he drains that with consummate ease. He now has 11 points, and Alton leads 23-8. Nearly stolen away from Woods. And Alton, they'll back off a bit on their pressure. And now they'll continue it again as soon as Everett crosses the timeline. That three-pointer is no good, rebounded by James. Shot is up, no good again. Gets his rebound and stripped away by Alton. Here's Jones, back out to Smith. Pops for three, no good. They didn't even hesitate. Here's Anthony Hurd, and he'll run into Miller, and Miller will be called for the foul, and Carnahan will be shooting the bonus. 8 team fouls already for the Redbirds, and 15 overall in the game for both teams. That's Miller's second foul. Sanders checks back in, and Kylan Rivers checks in for Clay. Free throw is too long. James rebound. That is up and good. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. See what Alton will do here. Jones fakes out 2 defenders. His shot is up, no good. And that's going to be ultimately rebounded by Anthony Hurd and will be whistled for a traveling violation. So Alton will have 7.3 seconds to get a basket. Before the quarter ends, they'll roll it out. Picked up by Sanders at the volleyball line. 5 to go. Gets a screen from Woods. Smith, long three-pointer, that's short. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Great start for the Redbirds. However, Carnahan cut into the lead just a little bit. Still, the Redbirds have a comfortable first quarter lead as we head into the second frame with a 23-10 lead. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is RiverBender.com. Welcome back to RiverBender.com. We got a fun game. Opening night for the Alton Redbirds as they have an early 23-10 lead over the Carnahan Cougars. Alton shooting hasn't been particularly great. especially when they've been contested, but they've done a great job of in their transition game. And that's going to be a foul against Carnahan. Maury Woods will be shooting 2 free throws. But that's kind of mainly how Alton have been getting their points, by getting to the basket, getting layups and getting to the free throw line with as well as a couple of 3-pointers. Woods misses his first. The Redbirds showcasing their length and their athleticism. They have so far they've showed that they got a really good full court pressure on defense, and we'll see it possibly right here. Here's Ahmad Sanders guarding Everett. Now a double team. Deflected, and Carnahan will get it there first, but they got to watch out for the 10-second violation. It's tipped away again, stolen by the Redbirds. Here's Rivers over to Sanders in the corner, and that's going to be a foul against Carnahan. That's Corian Jones, number 1. Or, pardon me, Corian James. That's his 3rd foul, and the 9th for Carnahan. Sanders makes the bonus, and we'll have 1 extra. So for the rest of the half, 7:22 to go, Alton will be in the double bonus. That's Sanders' first point of the night. That's short that time. So the Redbirds now have a 15-point lead. They're just constantly giving Carnahan trouble, making them play a little faster than maybe that they're accustomed to. Everett, nice pass inside. Layup is no good from Rogers, and that's Jathan Jones who got the rebound. He's been a force on the boards offensively for Carnahan, and he'll go back to the free throw line, and that's a foul on Rivers, Kylan Rivers, number 4 for the Redbirds. That's his first foul. Now both teams have 9 total fouls. His free throw is up and no good. And Donovan Clay will check back in for Alton. Going in for Maury Woods. So far in the early going, the Redbirds have gone 9 deep in their bench. Jones misses both free throws, but he gets the rebound and collects the 2 points that he couldn't score at the charity stripe. It was one of those awkward rebounds where the ball just kind of hit the rim at the last second to put off Clay, who was expecting the ball to come right to him. So Carnahan get away with that a bit. Sanders in the corner, Carnahan in a zone defense. Clay out top, passes out to Smith, who launches from 3. That's no good. Here comes Carnahan, Anthony Hurd, Smith chasing. Layup no good, won't go in. Collected by Sanders. We come right back down. He drives in, loses the ball. It was stripped away from him. Anthony Hurd, layup is good. Carnahan not going away easily here. Looked like in the first 4 minutes of the game, it looked like Alton was just going to kind of ride away with this. But Carnahan, they're sticking around a bit. Here's Andrew Jones, a long 3-pointer, no good. And there's going to be foul against Carnahan on Jaden Anthony Hurd. That'll be his second. Kylan Rivers will shoot 2 free throws. Well, one difference so far in the second quarter is that Carnahan, they're not turning the ball over at a rapid pace. They're kind of figuring out Alton's scheme a bit and also some good athleticism and skills to kind of get away from their double teams. And they're doing a better job of getting the ball inside. They still haven't been able to set up much of a outside game and get any open shots, as Rivers misses both free throws. And Everett's going to be whistled for a double dribble, I believe. All the while, Alton, they haven't, well, you've seen right there, they haven't been making most of the, they've already missed some of their free throws in the second quarter. And they've gotten a little cold, and here's an alley-oop from Clay. Couldn't convert it. That would have been impressive if he were able to get that down. Not necessarily the perfect pass, and there was also some pressure that Clay had to fend off as well. Everett tried to knock it off of Clay. It just went through his legs. Here's Rivers, layup no good. Good pass to save it. Here's Jones, and that's in. Nearly blocked from Clay. Now it's back to a single-digit game with 5 minutes to go in the half. Clay spots up for a three, no good again. But there's a rebound to Sanders, and that's in. Redbirds have at times just jacked up some threes, and they've only made, I believe they've made just two 3-point shots. Here's Everett. Nowhere to Hurd. And is he got to be called for traveling? Yes, he will be. Most of Carnahan's points have come from the charity stripe or layups. Alton, with their high tempo defensive style, it also has an impact of what they do offensively. Hard not to not go fast. Jones open 3-pointer. That's no good again. He's 0 for 4. There's a rebound from Terrell. Gets his block shot. Put it up. No good again. Rebounded by Rivers, and that's just going to be whistled out of bounds against Carnahan, and it'll be Redbirds basketball. Carnahan outscoring the Redbirds 6-4 thus far in the second quarter. Here's Clay underneath. He'll dribble it out. Back to Jones, and he's going to be called for traveling again. That's the third time he's been whistled for steps. And Coach Smith will go to his top scorer, Malik Smith, and he will replace Jones. I think it's been a little while since we've both seen Clay and Smith on the floor at the same time. We'll see if this will make a big difference. And that will stay with Carnahan. Just pressure like that is constantly, well, for the most part, Carnahan has just struggled with all game long thus far. Alton doing a very good job of getting double teams in corners. Here's Anthony Hurd over, and that's going to be stolen away from Sanders. Layup is good. Sanders now has 5 points. That's what Alton's been lacking a little bit. They had numerous of those where they get a steal at midcourt and get the layups, and there's another one. Here's Smith. Alley-oop to Clay. And that's a little showtime by the Redbirds. That's the third dunk of the half for the Redbirds. Another double team in the backcourt. That was Smith, and now here's Everett. Guarded by Sanders, who gets another steal. Looking up top, inside pass to Terrell, who couldn't hang on to it. But Alton again, they've kind of rediscovered their pressing form. Woods checks in for Sanders. one thing you can do with what's great about good depth on a roster like this that wants to play with up-tempo pressure is that you can keep them fresh. Woods nearly got a steal, but poked it out of bounds and is applauded for his efforts by the bench of the Redbirds. 2:49 to go in the second quarter. Been all Alton tonight. On the floor, gets it out. That's rebounded by Anthony Hurd. Tries to keep it in bounds, and he can't do it. Good effort by him, though, but now it'll be Alton basketball. That was a three-pointer from Henning off the mark, and now Andrew Jackson will check in to replace Jathan Jones.
24, Bolton, 34, Jackson. Bolton into the game for 20.
And Josh Rivers is back in the game for the Redbirds. He has 2 fouls, but he's been an offensive force when he hasn't been fouling anybody. 6 points already. Inside the Rivers, and there's going to be a traveling violation called on Terrell. Isaiah Terrell, another good football player for Alton. 6'4" forward. Alton, this is their biggest lead of the game. They've already had a separate 15-point lead. So far haven't been able to get down front much up until now, and there's another dunk from Smith. He flushed that down the basket, and now it's a 17-point lead, the biggest of the game for the Redbirds. Inside, and that's a block by Clay. Can Rivers keep it in bounds? He can, but gives it back to Everett of Carnahan, who then overthrows Rogers. Had a couple turnovers in 5 seconds. If you're Coach Smith, you would like Alton to push this to a 20-point lead or more by halftime. He could really, he could really demoralize Carnahan going into the second half. Redbirds now have a 17-point lead, 33-16, with under 2 minutes to play in the first half. And now we got an illegal screen, I think they're calling on Clay. Offensive foul, that will be his second. And it looks like he's gonna be coming out. Yes, he is. Kylan Rivers and Andrew Jones checking in. A bit more of a guard-oriented lineup right here for the Redbirds. There's the double team, but it's broken away. Nice extra pass down low from Rogers, and layup is in by Jackson. Sanders kicks it out to Smith. Penetrates. Back out to Rivers. He drives in. Layup no good. Who's that off of? It could have been off of anybody, it looked like, but the baseline official points toward Carnahan's direction. Here's Henning, guarded by Jones. Hounded by Jones. Looking for anybody there. Here's Rogers up top. Loses control momentarily, gets it back. Henning. 15-footer is good. Off-balance shot, but he was able to make that go in. 45 seconds to go in the half. Sanders thought about a three, now kicks it back out all the way to Smith. And that's up and good. Malik Smith with his second three-pointer of the game. He has 16 points all in the first half. Under 30 seconds to go, and now it's a 16-point lead for the Redbirds. Heading. Ball is deflected. Redbirds have 3 guys up, and that's not a dunk from Smith, but able to get that in awkwardly, albeit. 10 seconds to go in the half. 5. Deflected away again from Rivers. And Carnahan will have 3.4 seconds to salvage something, really. Alton, for the most part, able to end on a good note in this half. Heading jacks up a 3, and that's in and out. So Alton, pretty good first half, all things considered, as they lead the Carnahan Cougars 38-20 in their first game of the basketball season. We'll be back for the second half when we come back here on RiverBender.com in about 10 minutes.
For a specific reason, and I'm here to help.
I thought you got the house inspected.
I did.
Sure you had Madewell home inspection.
What?
There you go. Great coffee, by the way.
Old or new, big or small, you need an inspection. A Madewell home inspection. Your home doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be made well. Call Madewell Inspections at 618-610-5885.
I'll grab the birthday cake. You bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Experience, service, and quality since 1979. For over 30 years, we have specialized in residential, agricultural, and commercial post-frame construction. We are committed to delivering time-tested designs, proven construction methods, and the highest quality material available. Our craftsmanship is unmatched, continuing to raise the standard in our evolving industry. We pride ourselves on providing quality-built buildings, competitive pricing, and the comfort of a local, experienced contractor. We are ready to help bring your project to life. Visit us online at buildwithcountryside.com.
Roberts Motors is proud to say that we've been serving the Alton area for over 68 years. We must be doing something right to be able to say that. Stop by and find out why customers love the experience at Roberts. We pride ourselves in providing our customers all the information they want in an upfront manner, making the process of buying a vehicle easy and surprise-free. High pressure, hidden fees, surprises, not allowed here. Stop by today and let us show you how buying a car is supposed to be. Roberts, the value store since 1949.